sending me love. Anyway, hi. As soon as Jingle Bells is done, we'll get started. I'm gonna open my nachos because I'm eating dinner with you guys. And I got super nachos from Peru. And I will show you these because super nachos are the bomb. Super nachos. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. My name's Emily Jones, former paparazzi consultant. Now I just speak out against paparazzi and all the stuff they do. And you guys have been keeping me posted on stuff that is very interesting, to say the least. So, where do you guys want to start tonight? Do we want to start with this? Or do we want to start with sneak peeks fashion shows? Okay. So, check to make sure you're still subscribed so it will let you comment. For some reason, I have subscriber only mode on because, YouTube's doing the thing where it takes subscribers away. And I'm taking my lanyard off because I don't know why I didn't do that before. So hold on. I need to take this off. Anyway, when Nathan gets here, or when Nathan watches this, Nathan, the salted caramel Buc-ee's nuggies are my favorites. Salted caramel, hands down. What do you think, Dave?
What do I think?
Yeah, out of all the Buc-ee nuggies.
Oh, what were the original ones?
Yeah, the originals are really good, but the salted caramels, dang, that was like eating corn Cracker Jacks.
The white cheddar, or was it white cheddar?
Yeah.
We're good. Yeah. You did not care for the habanero white cheddar.
I had 4 of the habanero Buc-ee nuggies. They burned. They were
hot for you.
They were way too hot for me. Way too hot. Okay. Why don't we get started with loveliness here? And we'll get started with, there's a new sneak peeks. We're going to go to the ones we haven't watched. We're going to work our way up. Okay. So let's go. Gosh, they've released a lot of stuff. I know it's been a week, but holy cow. I'm like, what all have we missed? I mean, this is crazy. Okay, I think we haven't watched this one. That was 6 days ago. So no, we haven't watched this one yet. So we'll watch this one first. Oh, Melissa, that's good to know. Because I'm going to have like major cravings for those salted caramel Buc-ee nuggies. Oh my gosh, they are so good. So good. Anyway, you guys have a nice weekend. Did you do anything fun? I got a haircut. I got my hair deads. And, yeah, pretty much cleaned up after Annie multiple times. Did lots of laundry, as did David, because Annie had the runnies. And Ellie is starting a heart medication as she begs for steak at my feet.
Hey paparazzi, it's Tuesday and time for sneak peeks. The items that I'm about to show you will be available tomorrow during new release time, which is 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And there are some darling items headed your way. We're coming off of a big week here at Paparazzi. I hope you had an amazing holiday Thanksgiving together with your family and friends. I hope you got to relax, do something fun. But now we're going to work. So let's get started with my outfit. I am wearing all black underneath, and then I have on an animal print sweater. It comes together with satin black bows, so we've got kind of a hyper trend of the bows as well as the animal print together. I have on socks, which is neither here nor...
She has on socks, everybody. Isn't that amazing? She knows how to put her socks on in the morning. I have on socks and what looks like Doc Martin Mary Janes and the barrel pants. So Everything is oversized and looks really large on her. By the way, did you guys see Savannah Marie's new video with Hunter's ex-husband talking about Hunter? And he admitted that December and January, the commission checks are always at their lowest. Yeah. So now the work begins, paparazzi. Misty has really got to sell you on buying this stuff.
Or there, other than socks are big this season. My socks actually have a rose pattern on them, but I liked it because it gave it a bit of density or texture just near my ankles. And then I have on black Mary Janes that are Doc Martens. It's got the yellow stitching, obviously, which is indicative of a Doc Marten, but I like the yellow pulled with the cream on the sweater.
How did I know they were Doc Martens? Because I was obsessed with them in high school. But, you know, she has to drop her brand names. I spent $80 on these Mary Jane Doc Martens.
And then I have on gold accessories. I have on a bracelet. You can see that it's going to kind of slump down when my hand is down, but I always like to have on bracelets even if I'm wearing big fluffy sweaters or outerwear, just in case my hand comes down. I think that it's refining against the hand if you see just a little bit of metal or color.
Oh, really?
Then I have on darling gold earrings. I love the open framework on these, and I absolutely
the hexagonal frames, all the stuff that's still sitting in the back office.
You need to get these because they are amazing and great for layering and just the look of the season. All right, now I'm going to show you the items that are headed your way. Let's go.
I love how she's like, you need to get the stuff I'm wearing. It's great for this. How about if it's not your style, Misty, don't buy it. Just because she's telling you you need to get it doesn't mean you need to get it.
Get started with this necklace. I love this beauty. You're going to see that it is layered. The top is a rhinestone claw chain. Okay, look at that.
A former choker.
Beautiful. A thicker chain right there in the center. And then look how pretty this twisted chain is.
Look
so
pretty this
pretty.
twisted
Isn't that
chain
beautiful?
is.
And it comes down to a pendant. I love the detail on that pendant.
The detail on this pendant, let me see. She's going to talk about the linear pattern and how it kind of looks like the Eye of Ra on In God We Trust Money. I mean, come on.
You can see right there, you've got a large gem in the center, rhinestones around the
Melissa,
outside,
yours are probably
and then
cuter
the razor
and
linear
cheaper.
pattern kind of bursting out from that center. This is absolutely beautiful. I feel like it's got a bit of an edge to it, right? Although it's got rhinestones, it's a bit grungy. It's got some attitude, a little bit of sass to it. You can pair it with a lot of different accessories.
Is it musings?
This is a really fun one, definitely. This is far more refined. Leaning into the Fifth Avenue and Malibu lovers in the house. You're gonna see a bow in the front, okay? And then we've obviously got...
The bow looks like it's mesh wire. And, of course, we've got these beautiful pink pearls that'll fall apart with one stretch.
This really pretty light pink stretch that goes around. 2 different sizes, 3 strands. I love it. Now, right there in the center, you're going to see that it's a bit more industrial. So we've got the holes in the mesh that come through and attach the band. And I love that it's definitely structured. So, like, this bow does not
love this, and I love
bend
that,
or
and I
flex.
love
Okay,
this,
that
and I
mesh
love
is
that.
actually quite firm in its shape, which I think is really good when it's holding on your wrist. So it's going to have stretch around the outside,
Hi, Sandy.
and that bow will stay right there in the front. Now this is a fun one. This is part of our inspiration category. This is going to say hope. You can see the letters are...
Did you know that I can't read? I don't know what that says. It's going to say hope. It doesn't say hope right now. It's going to in the future. Now this is going to say hope. But, you know, it could look like hop in case the E is missing on some of the ones that are made. But it's going to say hope. I hope it does.
Are actually like it's spelled out, right? Look at all the beautiful colors. So pretty. And then on the outside of either side, you're going to see those white rhinestones. But I love those bright colors against that gold background. So pretty.
It's so pretty.
Now this is a fun one. This is going to be a ring. It is a dainty back. So let me show you what I mean by dainty back. See?
How about this is a ring? This is going to be a ring. How about now I'm going to show you a ring. This is going to be a ring. Really? Really? It's going to be? Is that what it aspires to be someday? I mean,
how it is a smaller stretch band. That is, a lot of people think that's really comfortable to have the smaller one. And then right here we've got that beautiful red, okay? This is obviously a metallic dip, and then we've got the overlay of stones, so you see a lot of that prismatic color. You see reds and blues and greens.
Okay, question.
If you're going to do a metallic dip in a ring, why isn't the silver stretchy band metallic red to match the ring? No, the frame part is dipped in metallic, but the stretchy band part, oh no, that has to be the cheapest silver possible.
And yellows, so
my
pretty.
quarter.
Obviously, we've got some of those red dip items
Thank
on
you.
as well. Now, this one is so darling. You're going to see this deep Italian plum. And then we've got this really pretty rhinestone around the outside.
Those have been done before. We've seen these before. If you're a consultant, you've seen them before. Yeah, it is missing a stone. Is there a stone missing on those? Nope. Hi, Annie.
Side, just scattered detail. I love that open filigree framework, right? You can see it's very girly, almost
Oh,
a heart
it's
motif,
very girly.
inverted, and then right side up,
It's with
depending
the
on
cheap
how you're looking at
plastic
it, right? And
cover.
again, not a true heart, but definitely a nod to the heart for sure.
How is that even close to being a heart? It's not a nod to a heart. Maybe the dot motif up here looks like it's a heart.
It's a teardrop.
But this is not a heart. It's a teardrop. What? What were you saying?
That's a teardrop, not a heart.
Oh, don't eat all the toppings. Save some for me. David's eating all my nachos. I'm like, save some for me. I'm eating the edge. I'm eating the crunchy chips.
I love that deep purple. I feel like when you get these plums, it's really fun this time of year, even if you're wearing all neutrals, to pop that dark tone. Now this one is absolutely beautiful. You're gonna see all kinds of moon shapes going around. I love the texture on the moon itself, but
That looks so cheap. We've got these cheap moon discs with this twisty bar thing that we used on bracelets and other things, but now we're just putting it together, calling it a necklace and going, here you go.
look how pretty that bar is. So they are segmented, okay? Instead of chain, these bars actually connect all the way
Like
around.
a glycemia commercial.
So beautiful, okay? And this is more of a choker link, so it's gonna have a longer back. Now this is really fun. You know bows are big this season. I'm wearing bows, right? You're gonna see them on bags, you're gonna see them on shirts, you're gonna see them in jewelry. And of course we have hair bows. This is a really fun one. You're gonna see that this is a pink velvet. I love the texture of this. You can see it coming out. I love that the bows or the ties are gonna sit out a little more firm, okay? And they're gonna come out elongated out either side. And then we've got the tails coming down.
Yes,
So
pet
pretty.
the
And I'll
bow.
show you the back actually so you can see how it fits in. This is the closure, okay? So you're literally going to open it and then just pop it.
The 80s called. They want their bow back. And give me a second because I'm going to show you something, peeps. Okay. Velvet bows for hair. Let's look. Here's some velvet bows with a double knot. Here's some with a 16-pack for $7.80. Here's a French velvet bow. Look at all these amazing bows. And they usually come in lots of multiples. And they're a lot cheaper than $2.75. Here's some 2-piece for $1.13. Shocker. Okay, but yeah, tell us how amazing your bow is, Misty.
Shut, you want to open it, you just simply push right there and it will open. So this is big enough that you can do in a half up. You can put it underneath a bun, a messy bun if you want. You can put it in like if you have a big pony and you want to place it up high. A million ways to wear bows right now, and they are oh so trendy. Now last but not least, I love this bracelet. In fact, I feel like this is really cute, layered with the Hope bracelet that I showed you earlier. Begin to see right here that this is a like interlocking.
I have that in rose gold. That's not new. I literally have that. gold.
Okay. Claw chain. You're going to see, look at how those twist. Okay. All of those together. They don't undo, meaning they are connected all together. So, so pretty with that gold and then that white rhinestone. Beautiful to mix and match with so many items. Now again, these items will be available tomorrow at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you're a customer of Paparazzi, you're welcome to join us at that time. Make sure you fill your cart, shop. So many amazing things to see. I hope you have an incredible evening. And most importantly, I hope you know you're loved.
Are you hoping that your customers are checking out your Facebook page? But here's the thing, they're not. Your true customers are your consultants.
So, yeah, let's talk about that. That was an epic pause. All right, so there's that one in the books. Okay. Sorry, I have cilantro in my teeth. And then we have Temu animal print fishhook earrings. And then we have the new bracelets that are now in green. They came out in blue, but now they're available in green. And then we have the Fashion Fix. It's on sale, and it has floopy flowers on it. And then we have the, what? Magnificent Musings. It's very industrial. And then we have bows and roses. You do? You have it in silver? See, I'm not wrong. It's been done. But here it is in gold. But yeah, it's not new. And then, oh look, Temu special charm bracelet or necklace. And let's do this one. Here we go. Here's the next one. What's the crazy outfit gonna be today? All right, so I'm gonna turn this snark
Back on. Now that the cuckoo clock is done. So, anyway. So you guys, today, the lunch I packed for work, my salad was slimy and gross, so I didn't eat it. And then I didn't have a spare thing of ramen noodles in my desk, so I think that's why I was craving a super nachos, because I'm super hungry. And I should have just packed the leftover
Hey Paparazzi, it's
casserole.
Thursday and we're gonna do sneak peeks, and I am excited about the items that will be available tomorrow. Remember, the items.
She was literally just wearing those pants in the last video. Did she record these on the same day and just change her shoes and her shirt? Because she was, wasn't she? She was, right? She was wearing those exact same pants.
That I'm showing you right now will not release until tomorrow at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, but there are some darling pieces headed your way. I am currently wearing a Western trend outfit. I'm wearing black barrel jeans. You can see that they crop out at the bottom just a little bit. I am wearing a pair of sandals that have a lot of hardware. So if you look at the sides, we got a lot.
No, what you are wearing is a ridiculous pair of shoes.
A lot of studs, big buckles that I feel like are very Western in style. They're a style of shoe called a Freebird. I am wearing obviously a graphic tee, which is a little bit different, but because it's got the old Johnny Cash, right? It's kind of fun. And then I am wearing a suede vest. Obviously it's got the fringe at the bottom, and then I've got all kinds of beads on it. I added with it the Fashion Fix that is a Simply Santa Fe. So because I've got a little bit of blue in my shirt, I like that the turquoise started to be pulled out in the actual stones themselves. Then we've got some brown beads that obviously help with having part of that natural trend that is very much a part of the Western style. Now, I am telling you, the items that are headed your way are so cute. So let's get started here. This is an amazing necklace. You're going to see that we have the brown and
That looks like Reese's Pieces on a necklace chain with some random Ninja Turtle pendant. Annie, what are you doing?
black stone. This would also be super cute with what I am wearing. Right here in the center, you can see this big black gem. You see how it's defaced? You can see right there in the light how it's gonna shine, 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 right? I feel like one of my favorite things about this is you've got the stone mixed with the gem, and a lot of times we don't see that, but that is definitely part of this like Western trend to do things that are a bit unexpected, right? If you would have asked 8 months ago, 9 months ago, even a year ago, if Western would be this massive trend just in mainstream America, I think most of you would have replied no. Well,
here's the question though. Okay.
Is Western a huge trend? Do you see a lot of people wearing cowboy boots and shoe horns and feathers and cowboy hats and Western wear like this? Do you see that where you live? I mean, I know I live in Seattle, the home of grunge, the home of magnificent musings. Annie, for gosh sakes, what are you doing? What are you doing? Give me a moment, you guys. I have a puppy who is getting into stuff. Mommy's not getting dressed right now, and stop trying to pull off her pants. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, sorry, you guys.
well, having kind of this gem mixed with the stone makes it a bit more mainstream in such a cool, cool way. So this is a really fun one. And obviously, I think those of you who are major fans of paparazzi can start to think of some items that we've recently had that would be darling paired with this necklace. Now we have our inspiration category up, and this bracelet is oh so cute. You're gonna see right here, it is gold. It says love more. I love that we've got the turquoise stone right there, right? Obviously you can see the scripture reference there as well. I love that it's got just a little bit of the black antiquing so that you can see it, and then right there in the center we've got that white or clear rhinestone, okay?
Is that Donald Trump's favorite scripture from Corinthians? Maybe.
A bit of a bangle style, but it's going to disconnect from this side, okay? This opens up so that you can place your wrist into it. So cute. Lots of darling pieces in there if you have not checked it out. Make sure you do. Obviously, they're a bit more sentimental, so they're great for gifts too.
It looks a little cheap to me.
Especially with the holiday coming up. Now, this is an amazing earring. I feel like this one is very...
All right, that's been done before too. Here's another pair of earrings that Misty's gonna pet and say, look at these, aren't they so cute and so fun? I think they're perfect for the holidays because they have such nice sparkle and they're silver and they will go with everything. Let's see what she says.
Very neutral as far as this can go through a lot of different styles. I feel like you can pair it with tons of different paparazzi accessories, necklaces, bracelets, rings. You can see that open teardrop, okay, and it's like an extended marquee shape. So you've got the point at the top and the bottom, but it rounds out on the sides rather than coming to like a point. Very lightweight, dainty rhinestone, so it's not overdone. You're just going to get that hint or like glint of shimmer. It's not overdone, right? Not super strong. So amazing.
So amazing.
Now this one is really fun. This is going to be a high sheen silver. I feel like this can go with a lot of different items. You're going to see.
Okay, when I first saw this in brass, I was like, who thought of this thing? It looks like, you know, rejected washers and beads from like industrial materials.
Right here, we've got this cool bead. You can see it's a bit thin, right, and flat, but then it's going to take that curve, okay? I love that it is like curving one way and then another with these beautiful sphere spacers, and then they all obviously move on this chain. So each bead will move independently. And I love that. It's funky, it's fresh, it's cool, and very unique in its style.
Right?
And I love when you're wearing an accessory that does not look like something that everybody else is wearing. I think that's when you know you have a showstopper. That's when you know you have a conversation piece. So that's a really fun one if you are a consultant to wear out in public so that people are like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And you have a way to talk about the business. Now this one, oh my goodness, this is...
So now we're making statement jewelry so we have it as a way to talk about the business. Because guess what? People aren't talking about the business anymore. We'll get into that in a second.
A butterfly, but it is on an ear cuff. So you're going to see the butterfly is up high, And then we've got this
so
gorgeous chain
ridiculous.
extending down. Obviously, it's got a ton of length, which I think is absolutely beautiful. Obviously, when you're going to wear this here, that chain is extending down. In many cases, it'll extend below the hairline or into the hairline. And it's going to almost be a duster length, right? It's just going to like skirt
that would
across
drive you
the
nuts.
top of your shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
So cool, very elongating, very flattering to have those chains coming down. And again, they're very delicate, particularly if you
They're
have
ear
like
cuffs.
braids on one side
They're
or
not even
twists so your hair
earrings.
is like moved away from your face on one side. I feel like you start to get that major refinement, and this can have a very dramatic effect, which is so cool. Now this is another bracelet, another piece that I feel like this would be darling, FYI, paired with these earrings. But this is another one that I feel like is a neutral that can go with tons of different accessories. So you can see right here,
Here's all these rejected chains from other things, but we've got the rhinestone chain from an old necklace, and we've got the chain and the twisty chain, and we threw them all together on an O-ring and called it a bracelet. And here you go. Features an adjustable clasp closure.
all of these different chains are connected together in a clasp. So all one bracelet. You've got the twist chains, you've got the gorgeous chain in 2 different widths.
I can tell I've been doing this a long time because I'm sarcastically describing this shit as she tries to talk it up.
Okay, you've obviously, let's call it a medium and a small just for reference here. And then we've got this beautiful claw chain with the rhinestones in it. So amazing. Are you kidding me? This whole stack, people, this whole stack is just $5. This is why I have the best job
Or
in the
$2.75.
entire world. And if you love playing with jewelry like me, and if you love accessories, then this business might be something that you want to consider. We love what we do here at
They must have lost a shit ton of people lately because she is pushing recruitment so hard in this live. It is so crazy. She's recruiting herself.
Paparazzi. So if you've ever thought, you know what, I love the jewelry, I'm a customer, I'm a fan of Paparazzi, reach out to the consultant that you purchased from and let them know that you would like more information about the business. Now, this is an incredible necklace.
Don't do that. Okay? Don't get a party permit pass. You can get the jewelry, better quality, for less on Temu, Shein, or whatever. They are losing consultants left and right. It's evident in this live. It's evident on the website because things are not selling out. Things aren't selling.
Look as I get close to the camera, look at that gem.
No, thank you.
Beautiful in color, so pretty, right?
That looks so
At the
dumb.
top, we've got a smoky gray. We've got this gorgeous overlay, right? In an oil spill type tone. There's a few less colors in there, but just because of the size. And then right here, we've got the hematite, and then going back down to the smoky gray. One of the things I love is that these are very unique shapes. And because the points are going right and left, right? Meaning they're moving. I think that is very flattering as it cascades just down the front of the body. Also, because they're independently hooked, I think you're going to get some movement, okay, when you're walking, which is so pretty. I think we sometimes discount what happens when we move, and the jewelry moves with us. Now, this is an amazing ring. This is for all the Fifth Avenues out there, right? If you love Fiercely Fifth Avenue,
Look at this amazing piece of shit. Isn't it lovely? It's got a huge pearl in the middle, and then it's like, she doesn't even go here.
I think you're going to love this ring. You can see that that is a pearl.
No.
Gold base. Look at these beautiful gems around the outside, right?
Oh, they're
Those
so
marquee
gorgeous.
shapes, and then look at these gorgeous emerald cuts.
They're
I
baguettes,
love
honey,
this ring. I think
baguettes.
it's so pretty. I'm going to place it right here on my finger just so
And
you
it's
can see.
massive.
Isn't that beautiful?
No, it's too
Goes
big.
with so many accessories, and I feel like the pearl trend is huge, right? Pearl.
Okay, so we have Western trend, pearl trend, bow trend, flower trend, ridiculous oversized big pant trend. We have how many trends? I mean, seriously. How many trends? I can't even keep them all straight. There's too fucking many.
Are trendy for all kinds of things, but definitely they are a staple of the classic trend as well. Remember, these items will release tomorrow at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I just wanted you to have beautiful things to dream about and think about until then. I hope you have an incredible evening, and most importantly, I hope you know you're loved heaps and heaps.
Heaps and heaps, like the heaps of jewelry she hopes you buy from her. Oh my gosh. You know, Sandy, with the tariffs,
It's kind of a wait and thing kind of see. You know, because
A wait and see kind of thing.
I can't talk anymore. Shut up, David. You're so mean to me. Oh, wait. So, who knows if the tariffs are actually going to happen? I mean, I know there's a bunch of economists trying to talk the God King out of them, but he doubled down again this weekend saying, no, it's going to stop wars and all this other stuff. But, you know, he doesn't really know what the hell he's talking about. But, you know, his followers believe everything he says and that he knows what he's talking about. And oh my goodness, he's so wise and so smart. And yeah, no, that's something I don't even want to know. But I will say this: if tariffs do hit their product line, I can guarantee you this: the first thing that Denise and I were talking about the other day, they're going to immediately go to affiliate marketing so they can keep their product for $2.75 and keep all the money for themselves. Okay. And then commission checks go the way of the dodo bird for all the consultants. So you can sell stuff on your replicated website and you'll probably get the $2.25 commission off of that. But as far as the elites, the people that recruit, you're not going to be earning commission off your downline anymore if tariffs come into place. I think that the business structure will completely change. That's my thought. Okay. Everything's trendy in Utah. I know, Melissa. Trust me. I used to live there. The jerk putz joke that recently he wants to annex Canada. You know what? He's a twat waffle. Okay. If tariffs happen, there's going to be a lot of surprise Cheeto voters. I know. I have no sympathy. My violin will not be playing for them because, like I've said on Threads and Blue Sky, David said this, and I just reposted it. How many times do you have to tell someone not to touch the hot stove? And they don't listen. They don't heed the warning label. They ignore the warning label. And it's like, eventually, they're going to touch the hot stove, and I'm not going to stop them. We are in that moment where they're going to touch the hot stove, and I'm not going to stop them. Okay? Douche canoe also works, I know. I like twat waffle, though. All right, so here's a necklace that came out with a tassel with little rhinestones in it. Wow. Which mood are you? Snarky. That's the mood I'm in. And then we have what looks like this necklace I'm wearing with a multicolored rhinestone on the bottom of it. Some squared ring. A bee necklace. Wow. Okay. And then that looks like a Ferris wheel hanging on your ear. And then we have, let's see, key, bee, rhinestone, heart, and something. And then, of course, we've got another sneak peek. Here we go. What is she going to be wearing this one? You know what I'm glad about? She's keeping them kind of short, okay? So that's good because we can zip through this stuff real fast. And I can eat my chips before they get totally soggy because they're getting to that point. And I apologize, you guys. I came home, immediately went live. And I'm hungry. By the way, what do you think of the new haircut? You like it? I know it looks the same, but I did something different. I was thinking about shaving it all off again. But I haven't done that yet. Okay. Man, this one's taking forever. And fade in. Hey, paparazzi.
Hey paparazzi, it's Monday and I'm live with sneak peeks and the items that are headed your way you're going to be so excited about. We are inching.
What the fuck's going on with that sweater? That sweater is huge. Huge.
Up on the Christmas holiday. It is going to be a fun week here at Paparazzi.
Why are you
Let's
doing the
get
12
started
days of
with
Christmas?
my outfit. I am clearly wearing something very, very baggy. You're going to see my jeans have a
You
very
always wear
yellow
stuff very, very
overlay.
baggy.
We've got a lot of distressing and raw edges, and then I love the playful color that you see in the appliques. Okay, that you've got the plums, you've got the aubergines, you've got the blues, the yellows, some really, really.
You know what an aubergine is in London? It's eggplant. Just say it's eggplant. People don't care if you're using fancy words for your colors. Like, it's got plums and aubergines and jades and sapphires. No, just call it purple. Okay? It's not aubergine. But that's an epic pause, by the way. But it looks incredibly oversized.
Fun colors, and they're very different pants, but
I know, right,
obviously
Melissa?
very baggy. So I decided to pair that with an oversized sweater as well. You're going to see that the braids come down, right? That cable knit type stitching, but you almost have a raised center. Again, not a pure white undertone because you don't want the collision of white and the yellower creams to be too strong. So it's more of a denim color and definitely an overwash. And then I've got on some fun sambas that are in the aubergine green, that Pantone that you're going to see this season, and I love it. And
Aubergine green, aubergine. I love this pause too. Should I make it bigger for a minute? You guys gotta see this epic pause. Give me a minute. Isn't that a great pause? Alright, we're just gonna keep it big on the screen for a minute.
again, just a bunch of playful colors. I've paired it with silver accessories because my pants or the appliques have a flower. I actually added this amazing bracelet. It has a direct matching necklace, which I am wearing and I love. And then I decided to add a filigree ring with it.
And that's a
and
complete
earrings.
look. That's
The
been in
reason
the
for
back
that is
office
I've got
for
a lot
3
of color
weeks
already, so I decided to put silver accessories to kind of let the colors in the outfit pop. Now, the items that I'm about to show you will be available tomorrow at new release time, which is 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. But I wanted you to be able to see it tonight, share it with your customers. So many cute items headed your way. Like this one, you're gonna absolutely love it. You're gonna see right here, we have these gorgeous flowers. They also have an ivory base, okay? Not a pure white, which I love. I love that they're stacked, meaning you're gonna see the different shapes and they kind of start to layer again against each other. You're gonna even see the centers are layered as well.
I'm sorry, but what the painted frickety frack is this? Okay? It looks like painted metal, you know, attached to leaves because it brings out the earthiness of the piece, but it's got some fakey rhinestones glued into the frickety frack of the paint, and she just loves it because it's in ivory instead of in white. So it brings out the yellow and the white in her outfit.
And then you've got those white or crystal rhinestones right there in the center.
They're not crystal.
I love that the points and the rounded sections of the flower are kind of in a juxtaposed stacking as well. I think it gives it a bit more attitude than some of the Malibus we have. Now this is a fun bracelet.
Honestly, I like the sweater. I just think it's too big on her. I would buy that sweater. I would wear it, honestly.
But this is a stretch, so easy to put on, easy to put off. It's a lot of different sizes of hands. You're gonna see right here, we've got that silver, okay, and it comes up to a raised diamond shape, and then inside there, you've got those black rhinestones. I'm gonna turn it.
It looks like a cheapable. It looks like one of the cufflinks that are so cheap that they had to turn them into something else because no one was buying the cufflinks.
Into the light there, you can kind of start to see the edge, right, of that shape itself. Very fun, very funky. Goes with a lot of different things. I love that dark black rhinestone. It's very trendy this season. Now this is a great pair of basic silver earrings.
Is it really, though?
I love the way these layer down the ear. I also love how it bows out, okay? So you're gonna see that high sheen silver. Even there, look how reflective that is. It almost
Look
catches
at
the
that
light in a linear
reflection.
pattern.
Look at how
But
the light
it doesn't
just
have a pattern
bounces
on it.
off
It's just
these.
because it's so high sheen.
It's
Absolutely
high
beautiful.
sheen
A
chrome.
million different things that you could wear this with, and I feel like because they stagger down in different sizes, right? They start smaller and get bigger at the bottom. I feel
No,
like it's
really,
very
that's
flattering
called a staff.
against the face. Now this is a really fun ring. This is actually white stone. So you're going to see the white stone and the brown veining right there.
Oh, that's just ridiculous. Okay, so we have little white stone beads with paisleys on one side and little flowers, and then we have the non-colored beads in silver. Oh yeah, it's a thick back ring.
I love that we've got these 3 flowers. I love when stones get a bit more girly, especially with some of the trends that are prevalent this season.
Oh
You've
yes,
got
let's
this
talk
scoop
about
on
the
the
trends
right
yet
and the
again.
left, okay? Where that stone is also raised up. Also, what I love about this is this stone is actually a complete sphere. So it's all the way rounded and placed into this metal mold, which means you're gonna get a lot of dimension. Like when you touch it, you can actually feel the texture of both the metal and the stone as you rub your fingers down the ring. And I think that is really pretty. Now this is definitely a very cool earring. You're gonna see that this is, you've got like these extended teardrops on suede, but look how these are banded on there, isn't it?
Okay, I'm giving a 5-year-old too much credit. What 2-year-old made these earrings? These earrings are so, what? Why? Okay, Stephanie, you should email me. Keep me posted.
That's so cool. Very artisan style, a bit free-spirited. You can even see that rhinestone right there on both of these bottom
That
pieces.
looks like a craft
Obviously,
store
this is not a
project gone
sparkly
wrong.
or a Fifth Avenue look at all, but just that little bit of rhinestone gives more of a reflection than anything. And then you've got the mixed metals. Okay, you've got that gold and silver, but again, very artisan style, very sunset. Okay, if you are a sunset sightings person, you're gonna love that. Now, this is because I'm trying to get Mom of the Year and I'm struggling. So I decided this is one of.
Why do you want to be Mom of the Year? Haven't you been a Mom of the Year every year since you had children? Because wouldn't your narcissistic personality want you to be Mom of the Year all the time? I'm sorry. No. The people that I think should be Mom of the Year, and this is just me.
Getting serious for a second. The people who should be nominated for Mom of the Year are the people who foster children, bring them into their home, and care for them and love them as if they are their own kids. The people that deserve Mom of the Year are the people who get up and work through the pain because they have a chronic illness, yet they still get up and manage their household, take care of their kids, and do it with a smile on their face. Mom of the Year should go to those moms. Mom of the Year should not go to a mom who's hustling to rip off her daughter's friends by having them join her multi-level marketing pyramid scheme.
The very favorite pieces of Trent and I's oldest daughter. She's been dying for this to come out, and when you see it, you'll know why. It is so cute, and this is definitely a favorite of the corporate staff. Like, everybody who has walked by this is like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait for that to come. So stunning.
Okay, look how cheap it is right here. It looks like it's falling apart right there. Okay. Now, give me a moment. Okay. Bow chain necklace. Wow, they're just getting around to it now? Hopefully everything turns out okay. That's kind of scary, Stephanie. Okay. So here's one very similar to what Paparazzi is selling. Okay, they have it in silver, they have it in gold. The bow may not be as big as the Paparazzi bow, but if you want a bigger bow, you just scroll down. And you keep scrolling until you find one that has the big bow in the snake chain. Here's one with 3 snake chains with a big bow. Okay? And guess what? They are all cheaper than Paparazzi's can be. Okay? And some of these are even sterling silver. Okay? They're not cheap crap alloy that Paparazzi sells you. In fact, here's one that looks exactly like the one Paparazzi is selling you. Okay? $347. So you can get it for less than $5 and you don't have to support an MLM to get it. And here it is in silver. So yeah, hit up Temu. You can save a couple, $1.50, and you're not supporting a pyramid scheme.
You can see that that is that black, or the black, gold, hello, Misty Kirby, gold herringbone, okay? Very smooth in texture, and actually within the chain itself, it has been looped
And
together
Denise, I
to
bought one
create
too.
a bow. So you can see
For a
right there, it's
coworker.
just connected, right, to hold the bow in place. This is beautiful. I love when bows are drapey, and because of the way that chain hits, it's actually going to just kind of fall down on the body, which I think is absolutely beautiful. Now, the last piece that I am going to show you is a stack, and it is definitely a beautiful stack. It is comprised of 4 strands. You can mix and match them together, meaning you can move them around. If you wanted the pearls together, you could place the pearls together. I like them mixed up. I like when materials are kind of all over the place, but you can see these amazing charms. We've got a crown, we've got a butterfly.
So the paparazzi crown and their best sellers, a butterfly.
I have got a heart over
And
here.
hearts.
Look at the champagne
Where's
bead
the
right
bow?
here. This is the defacer faceted bead at the top. Champagne with a little bit of shimmer overlay. Then we've got that white pearl. Then obviously a white stretch rhinestone, okay, in that claw setting, which is absolutely beautiful. And then we repeat that pearl bracelet on the bottom. So cute. I mean, are you kidding me? Look how much bang for your buck you get with this. Just $5 if you want to really.
I can get better quality stackable bracelets elsewhere, but here's the thing, Misty Kirby, I don't buy bracelets.
Stack it up, then grab 2. You could also mix and match between other bracelets if you wanted. I mean, sincerely, look at this one, just on its own. So freaking cute. Again, these
such a
items
Utah
will
thing.
be available tomorrow during new release time. I hope you have an incredible evening, and most importantly, I hope you know you're loved.
At least you didn't say oodles and oodles. So we'll give her credit for that. So yeah, those are all the sneak peeks and crap with Misty. So today is Celebrate Chosen Family. Yes, because guess what? Your paparazzi family is your chosen family. And here's the founder's message.
Cannot
Let's see.
believe that we are already at the end of another year, and what a fantastic 2024 it's been. And like I'm sure many of you, as we reach December, I have been reflecting on those things that happened in 2024, but more moving into 2025, and those goals I want to achieve and the things I want to accomplish. And as I've been thinking about this myself, I've been talking to my own kids at home about this. And one of the things that I talk to them a lot about is living up to their full potential. I talk to them about how much potential they have and all the good things they can do and how they were meant to do things and accomplish the world. And one day I was talking to my little girl, my youngest, about this, and she asked me to just kind of explain to her a little bit more about what that means. Every time I tell them you have so much potential, you can do whatever you want, she kind of wanted me to break it down for her. And so I did that, and as I did that for her, it also helped me to think of how to reach my full potential. And I know for any of us this works, and how to accomplish those things that I know I'm capable of doing. And so the first thing I thought about was self-awareness and reflection. We all have our strengths and we all have our weaknesses.
No offense here, Channy, but I don't think anyone at Paparazzi has any self-awareness. I'm talking about the consultants. I'm talking about corporate. I don't think a lot of these people have self-awareness, because if they had self-awareness, they would have a moral compass to be honest and fair in their dealings, and they wouldn't lie to people about things.
And I think it's important to acknowledge both of those things. Acknowledge the things that we do really well. I think that is super important, to acknowledge and accept and embrace those things and to build those things even more. I think it's just as important to acknowledge the things that we maybe don't do as well, our weaknesses, and many times those are things that we wish we did better. But I know we can all, with hard work, achieve those things that we just aren't super great at. Which leads me to my second thing, which I talk a lot about. I feel like all of us in paparazzi.
I really, really hate this. You know, with hard work, you can achieve anything. And we talk about this all the time in paparazzi. We talk about having goals and working super duper hard. You know, you can work until your knuckles are bloody and you're blue in the face. The thing is you're not going to have growth in an industry that is dying. Okay? You're just not. But, you know, let's talk about having goals.
We talk a lot about having goals. We should always have goals, especially it's easy to focus on that in December and January. We all know that everybody has all these goals, and then, you know, the famous gym story of there's a million people at the gym in January and it fizzles off until there's nobody there in June, except the guy who really stuck with it, right? We need to have goals constantly. We need to have goals that are attainable, that are achievable, that are measurable. And as we do those, as we accomplish those goals, that we always have new ones to set our sights on. And the final and last thing I chatted with Maggie about was to embrace learning and growth, to seek opportunities. For her, in intermediate school, it's really easy for her to just go to school and do her work and get it done, and she can get good grades. But we chatted about reaching her full potential, maybe taking classes that she might seem a little bit more difficult for her, especially as she gets older, classes that might require a little more work. Because for me, I know that hard work and consistency, the two most important things when trying to reach our full potential, when trying to reach our goals. If we're consistent with what we're doing, and if we are willing to work hard and put forth the effort, because sometimes that's a lot of effort and a lot of work to achieve certain things, especially when it's our weakness. So I know as a paparazzi company as a whole, as all of you out there, your customers, all of us have so much potential. We're here to reach that potential and to help others reach that potential. And I hope we can
Okay, if you wanted to watch this again and make it a drinking game, you'd be drunk within 2 minutes because of how many times she said potential. I can't listen to the end of this. I'm sorry, you guys. All right, so let's go look and see what they have still available in the back office for purchasing. So, okay, so we have some abalone shell looking heart thing, some ridiculous ear cuffs, the bee necklace, some hingy chainy thing, ugly things. That's a ring. That's a very ugly ring. Oh, look, we have Temu bow earrings for $5. The square ring didn't sell out. Gray, the Ferris wheel earrings are still available. The drop hoops, one day at a time. Overpriced stainless steel studs. Okay. And then more ugly. Oh, we're gonna go to that in just a second. Sandy, stick around. We're just looking at all the stuff that has not sold out. Oh, look, the autumn leaf is back. How many of us had that when we were consultants? Me. And then let's see. Fashion Fix. None of the sets sold out. They're selling things separately. Last month and this month, Fashion Fix are still sitting up there. The awful ring is still sitting there. I'm just scrolling down really fast. Whimsical work. Those are awful. I'm just looking at stuff I haven't looked for like a week. So, oh my gosh, this is all just terrible. Terrible stuff. And then, let's see, anything else? No, not really. But there's the aubergine and whatever other colors she's putting French names on. Okay, so. All right. So, my favorite paparazzi consultant, Krista Lee Roberts Mitchell, recently did a podcast with a friend of hers. So, I figured, what the hell? We'll give it a listen. So here we go.
Just do it messy. You don't need everything to be perfect. If you are thinking about starting something, like, you're not going to get it all right no matter how much you research. You need to just go in and do it messy and figure it out as you go and upgrade things as you go.
Krista Mitchell has built a thriving business offering affordable, trendy fashion jewelry while partnering with paparazzi accessories.
When I first started, my goal was to make $200 a month so I can cut some hours at work. Then it turned into, okay, I'm gonna make enough money to pay our mortgage. Like that was my mind. Like, could you imagine if I made enough money to pay our mortgage? Like, how amazing would that be?
Crystal
Okay, so why does she sound like she's talking a mile a minute and the podcaster who's hosting the thing is talking so slow? I mean, she talks way too fast in real life anyway, but we are going to listen to this and I'm going to pause and kind of call out the lies like I have done many, many times before. But I want you guys to call out what you hear in the comments, because when you hear this diehard entrepreneur stories from $300, so she bought the small home party kit, not the starter pack. She didn't get the $600 kit. She got the $299 kit. Okay. 300 to multiple six figures, navigating jewelry and MLM business featuring Crystal Mitchell. So, okay, let's just keep going.
Crystal is a paparazzi jet setter, a top 1% producer of all paparazzi sales. She is a mentor and coach to thousands.
Is she really a mentor though? Or a coach?
Welcome back to Die Hard Entrepreneur Stories. Today, y'all are in for something a little different. Our guest story is one of hard work, creativity, and passion. Is the owner of Crystal's Backyard Boutique, Crystal Mitchell has built a thriving business offering affordable, trendy fashion jewelry while partnering with paparazzi accessories, a multi-level marketing company. Her vibrant personality comes through during her live sales on social media, where she's gained a loyal following. Crystal.
So, she's gained a loyal following. She's training thousands of women. Now, you guys know that I started this channel 4 years ago this month. Okay, and I was talking about the training I was receiving and how the light was starting to come on for me 4 years ago. And then I quit paparazzi so actually 5 years. I've been doing this channel now for 5 years. Holy crap. So I've been doing this for 5 years now. And she is never going to say that she makes money from being a jet setter. And who knows if she still is a jet setter. That's probably her highest paid rank. So she can claim that she is a jet setter because that was her highest paid rank. What is her current rank? What is her current commission? That's what I want to know. And she never mentions that. That is never brought up.
Is a paparazzi jet setter, a top 1% producer of all paparazzi sales. She is a mentor and coach to thousands and speaks regularly at conferences, sharing her journey of overcoming obstacles and maintaining a long-term vision for success. Her story has become a source of motivation for entrepreneurs striving to create their own path. Welcome, friends, Crystal. How are you doing today, Crystal?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing
Good,
great.
how are
Thank you
you?
so much for coming on. I also should mention Crystal is a friend of mine, so I already know Crystal.
Yes.
Now, Crystal, up front, before we dive in here, can you give our audience a brief rundown of what paparazzi accessories is and maybe what it isn't? You know, I'm more interested in your story here, but I'd like to clear the air before we jump in on paparazzi as a multi-level marketing company and sort of what it is and isn't. Go ahead.
So we basically buy product at wholesale. We sell it at retail from Paparazzi Accessories.
So you don't buy it at wholesale because you are not paying wholesale prices. So that's the one thing you got wrong right off the bat. And two, you resell it at $5 because you can't sell it for anything more than $5 because paparazzi will not let you. So she's not telling you the truth. And yes, she's doing this podcast and it's a friend of hers. Okay. So it is a friend of hers who she's helping out. So she's like, hey, I'll help you build your business with your podcast. I'll come on your show and you can interview me. And that way I can say, hey, I was on a podcast. I'm legit. It's a transactional thing for both of them at this point. They're both being transactional in what's going on here. Okay?
And they've been in business for over a decade, and they are based out of St. George, Utah. It was 4 founders who started the company, and originally they started doing like trade shows. So it wasn't initially intended to be a multi-level marketing direct sales company, but they started selling it at trade shows, and they saw a need for the product. They saw a demand for the price point. Most of our products are $5, so I think that drives a lot of the traffic to our business. As consultants, we primarily sell on live video. We do a lot of social media, in-person events, vendor shows, craft shows, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, basically we just buy the product from Paparazzi Accessories at wholesale. We sell it for retail. And then with that, we also have another side of our business. So I like to say we kind of have 2 sides of our business. We have
Okay, the other thing she failed to mention is, oh gosh, I don't want to go back because I can't stand listening to her voice. But she talks about how they buy it wholesale, they sell it retail, blah, blah, blah. There was a thought I had, but it flew out of my brain. I have to go back. I'm sorry.
We sell it at retail from Paparazzi Accessories. They've been in business for over a decade, and they are based out of St. George, Utah. It was 4 founders who started the company, and originally they started doing like trade shows. So it wasn't initially intended to be a multi-level marketing direct sales company, but they started selling it at trade shows, and they saw a need for the product. They saw a demand for the price point. Most of our products are $5. So
the need for the product. They are parroting. She is parroting what the Franks have been parroting for years. Is there a need for a product? No, there is not a need for jewelry. Okay? The price point is $5. You can get it cheaper elsewhere.
I think that drives a lot of the traffic to our business. As consultants, we primarily sell on live video. We do a lot of social media, in-person events, vendor shows, craft shows, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, basically we just buy the product from Paparazzi Accessories at wholesale. We sell it for retail. And then with that, we also have another side of our business. So I like to say we kind of have 2 sides of our business. We have a side where it's very much so basic, like we buy the product at wholesale, we sell it at retail, that side of the business. And then we have another side of our business, which is giving people an opportunity to become a leader within the company, allowing people to have the opportunity to, recruit other people to the company and allow them to have the opportunity to be coached, mentored, trained by people like myself. So
there's 3 sides of what she does. The buying wholesale, selling retail, and recruiting people to do the same. She's even telling you the structure of her business is a pyramid. There's one side, this side. Yes, it's a triangle. It's called a pyramid scheme.
So that's kind of like the thing with this. I feel like a lot of times, multi-level marketing make it like a bad like rep, but I think it gives you like an opportunity to kind of plug and play. So, and I know we'll get into this, but when I started this business,
plug and play. The reason MLMs get a bad rap, Crystal Lee Roberts Mitchell, is this. You buy products from paparazzi, they get their money. All the people you recruited and encouraged to buy inventory bought so because you encouraged it. Because that is how you, Crystal, get a steady paycheck. And if you were a top-ranked seller within paparazzi, wouldn't you be in the highest level Empire Diamond stage, or the new luxury diamond stage? Wouldn't you be in that category? I don't recall last year at convention you being an Empire Diamond or anything close to it. So how can you claim to be one of the top sellers in the company when there are several people outranking you in that aspect? So you're lying about your claims because you're like, I'm a top seller. Well, technically, no, you're not. You may be buying a lot. Is your backyard boutique still full of jewelry? Probably.
I was 23 years old and I was a brand new mom. Like, I didn't know how to start a company. I never even knew anybody who owned a business to kind of like guide me or mentor me. And this gave me an opportunity to plug into a company that already has a product, that already has brand awareness, and I can just go and represent that and build something off it myself.
Ooh, yes, I love that so much.
So she was 23 years old when she started with the company, so she drank the Kool-Aid and got fed the propaganda while her brain was still developing. Yeah, she was 23. She was going to nursing school. But she's still young and impressionable. And now she's been doing this for so long that she hasn't been able to look outside of the paparazzi pyramid to realize that she herself is responsible for bankrupting hurting people, putting them in financial dire straits. She will never admit that, but she is partially responsible for some of that.
Yeah, you talked about the two different parts of the company. I think from what I've seen in talking to people who have been associated with multi-level marketing companies or worked for them or had a bad experience or whatever, a lot of times they attribute it to that sort of that second part, right? Like building out your downline and this whole idea of you're just trying to get people to join and do their own sales and make money off of them, so on and so forth. But from you specifically, because I've got to talk to you a little bit outside this on your business, what I love is, really a business is three things, right? It's sales and marketing, it's operations, and it's finance. Y'all have all three of those. Like, you're a legit business. You're getting a product at wholesale. You're able to market it and sell it and fulfill and make some money off of that while also providing value to your end customer, right? So I love that so much. Thank you for laying that up front. Now, as we jump into it, if you would, can you give us your background for our audience, sort of like where you were, what led up to you really even becoming an entrepreneur, and then further deciding on starting Crystal's Backyard Boutique?
So I saw a live sale, and it was back in December of 2017, before people really even did lives. So I was kind of like, what the heck is this? This girl is like on here at a kitchen table selling jewelry. I'm like, huh. So I started watching, and from the get-go, I was initially like interested in the business opportunity. Like I said, I was 23 years old. I was a brand new mom. My only at the time was 6 months old, and I was getting ready to go into nursing school. And I knew that if I was going to go to nursing school, I was going to have to cut my hours at work because I could not, handle it all. And although like my husband like had a good career, I'm always the type of person, I'm a very hard worker, and I always want to like contribute to the household. So I was like, you know what? I'm getting ready to go to nursing school. I would like to sell this jewelry, make a couple $100s a month maybe. And I started watching her, right? But then I was like, I don't know, like this is probably janky jewelry. Like it's $5. Like it has to be janky jewelry, right? Like, so I bought 2 pieces, literally solely for the opportunity. I wanted to see, what the product was like. I got the pieces in, I was like, okay, this is actually pretty cute. Like it's not bad at all for $5. Like you can't beat it. So then still skeptical, I kept watching. I was kind of like that silent, like creeper. Like I didn't really tell her I was interested in the business, but I sat back and watched pretty much everything she did. And finally I was like, okay, fine. The jewelry's not janky, but like there's no way you're making money, right? Like it's $5. Like what's the profit? Like how can you make money with that? And then one night I heard her say that she made a 45% profit. And like, especially at the time, like girl math, I was like, oh, that's basically half. Like that's great. So I was like, okay, 45%. I can figure this out. So instead of asking her again,
I'm gonna play off of what Sandy just said. Yeah, there isn't a need for a $5 product. Okay, there isn't a need for $5 jewelry because, as Sandy said, the priority right now should be eliminating your debt, stocking up on your food and household items that are non-perishable to prepare yourself for the next 4 years. Okay, that's what you should be doing. Buying $5 jewelry should not be a priority at all. It just shouldn't be. But, she's saying that the product sells itself. Yeah, because one thing that paparazzi consultants do is they encourage fear of missing out purchasing. They encourage people to buy when they don't really need it. And then they kind of diss their customers. Oh, you're crazy for not wanting this. Don't sleep on this. You better pick this up right now. We could be jewelry twins and blah, blah, blah. I mean, we've seen her do it because we've reacted to her being live. So yeah, and yes, she talks really fast. I thought I talked fast. No, she just goes a mile a minute. She's like on crack or something because she's talking so fast. No, that's just a statement. It's not an actual truth. I'm just saying she talks really fast, like Speedy Gonzalez, okay?
I took a little notebook out and she does live sales. So I started tallying like how much she was selling. And I was like,
okay.
At the end of the live, I was like, holy crap. Like there is no freaking way that this girl in her house at her kitchen table just sold, X amount of dollars and made X amount of profit. Like that's crazy. I was like, sign me up. Like I'm in it. So I messaged her and I was like, I want to sign up. I want to do this. I bought at the time we had a $300 starter kit. So I bought the $300 kit. I've never invested another penny of our personal money besides that $300. Like I started with $300 and I just flipped that money. So yeah, that's basically how it started.
I love that.
So okay.
Sources say that's a lie because I've never spent more of my money on paparazzi jewelry. My original expense was $300, and she didn't say she paid herself back. What she's saying is she never had to spend her money on more jewelry. Why is that? Because she recruited people and they started paying for her jewelry and her salary. She will never say this in this podcast, but that is what is truly being said.
Oh my gosh. And I love that, you watching this, you're like, hey, yeah, the jewelry, but you're sort of like, I can tell the entrepreneur in you is sizing up this opportunity. And you're like, well, let's crush the numbers, like 45% margins off the top. Okay. Yeah. You crunch the numbers. You're like, holy cow, I can do this. I love that so much. So did you always have that entrepreneurial like spirit or mindset or however you want to phrase it? Cause it sounds like you were going to specialize, you're going to become a nurse.
Mhm.
When did you like really realize like, oh no, I'm ready to take some risk. I'm ready to be responsible for, literally everything if our family's going to eat or if it's not. I know we've talked about, I can't wait to jump into this, but I love this idea of live sales. It's because it's so different to what we're used to. And I know we've talked about you guys going live, and I mean, you're in a position where you're like, well, right now I'm the lead salesperson for our company. If I don't go live, we don't eat. So like putting yourself in that position is not something everybody wants to do, but you went all in on that. Tell me a little bit about that. Like, did you grow up that way or?
I've always been a leader. I've always been interested in business. Like I was that kid. I was like, oh my gosh, we're watching Shark Tank. Like I love it. Like, I was in like DECA in like high school. So I always knew it was either business or like healthcare. Like that was my two things I was always very interested in. I was always been a hard worker, and I love the idea of not making an hourly wage, right? Like I love that idea of like, I'm not capped. I've always been like held back, I felt like, in anything I've ever done. And I really haven't done much besides this, but.
Okay, she just admits it. I haven't done much besides this. So then she,
So I'm guessing when she was in high school, she worked a fast food job. She probably worked her way up the ranks because that's really easy to do in a fast food job. If you stick around long enough, you become management. Or she worked retail or something. But here's the thing. The only person that caps your potential is you, okay? Because there are thousands of jobs out there. And if you have the skill set, you can find a job that will match your lifestyle, your needs, and your knowledge base, okay? It may take time, but you can eventually get there, okay? I found my job that I came home from today, and it took me a good long time to find the job I'm in. But I didn't cap myself and keep myself at where I'm at. I've been able to grow with the company pretty damn quickly, okay? And I'm pretty proud of the fact that, one, I have great health insurance, 401k, where now 50% of every paycheck goes right into that 401k, Roth IRA, and savings account. So I'm trying to catch up from all the loss I incurred with paparazzi. So I'm doing that. I'm working to pay myself back. And then, I'm on the phone for a good portion of the day, helping people, with their healthcare needs. And, it's good. So there are jobs out there. There are potential jobs out there where they are looking for people who are willing to learn and grow and eventually go to a hybrid role where they home, work. So they're not always at home and they're not always at work. They get to go back and forth. And I think that's ideal.
I couldn't wait to get a job when I was 16. My first job was McDonald's, and I was like happiest girl in the world that she just like started working at McDonald's. I became a manager in training while I was still in high school. I became a manager at 18 years old. I became a department manager, and I was hiring and training at 19, and was the youngest manager in the company, or in the ownership under the leadership of that company. So I've always been like a leader, a go-getter. Like I've always wanted more. I've never been like okay with just.
She was the youngest manager at that franchise location. She's not the youngest within the entire company of McDonald's.
Doing just enough to like get by. So I think that's where I love this opportunity, because, and I love like business is like, I have that opportunity, right? Nobody's capping me. Nobody's telling me how much I can work. I used to get in trouble all the time for working too many hours at work. There'd be like minor violations because I would skip school to go to work.
Yeah, because you were a minor, you idiot. There are laws. And here's the thing. There are laws that companies, if you are under the age of 18, you cannot work more than said number of laws, because if the Department of Labor found out how much you were working as a minor, the company would be fined from the Department of Labor. That's why you were capped. That's why you were capped at your hours. And the fact that you didn't know that tells me that you didn't study very hard in school, or you've never truly run a business, because you should be well versed on business law, on labor laws, okay? Because if you are hiring people, and I guarantee you she's probably given her kids chores to do to help with the family business. And guess what? She's working her kids. Is she paying them a salary? No, she's putting a roof over their head, but she's violating with her business probably labor laws. But, you know, she lives in Tennessee, so I guess they can get away with that there.
Not telling anybody to skip school, don't skip school. But
Yeah.
that's just always been my mindset, right? And one of the deciding factors, and I know we'll get into this further too, but one of the deciding factors when I decided to leave,
And she
my
skipped
part-time
school.
job, when I decided to quit, drop out of nursing school, I was talking to somebody at the hospital I worked at, and I was wanting to move up in the company, and they were like, no, like, we're not looking to move anybody up right now. Like, you're stuck at your position. And I couldn't stand that. I'm like, I run circles around this place. Like, what do you mean I'm stuck at my position? And that is not a factor here. Like, I don't get stuck anywhere. Like, I get to be in charge of how hard I work, how many hours I put in, how much effort I put in, and ultimately, like, what level I get to. Like, I'm in charge. Nobody's in charge of that.
Yeah. I love that. So it sounds like there was, during that time when you decided to drop out of nursing school, pursue entrepreneurship, pursue this opportunity. It sounds like there was a few different things going on. You had a big decision to stay in school, to not stay in school, a big decision to go off on your own, and then a big decision, hey, if I'm going to go off on my own, is paparazzi the way? Is it another opportunity? So was there any like really defining moment, or did you like walk into nursing school one day and you're just like, nope, it clicked, like that's it? Just tell me a little bit about that.
So I've always wanted, I knew I was going to do business or like nursing. I was very passionate about like nursing in the healthcare field. And anybody who knew me before, like shocked, right? Like that I was going to drop out. Like I dropped out halfway through my program.
Wow.
But
And you'd already made some sort of investment.
She dropped out of her nursing program to be a multi-level marketing hun. Yeah, she could probably go back to school, but the thing that really irks me about this is if she was halfway through, why didn't she just finish, take the certification she needed, so she would have that to fall back on? Because if anyone knows anything about multi-level marketing, especially from what's been going on in the industry in the last year, the rug is going to be pulled out from underneath her, underneath all of them, when they least expect it. Her income will go away. And is this meaning that her husband Devin will have to go to work? Probably. Is this going to mean that she's going to have to return to school? And if so, how is she going to afford that? Or is she just going to bounce to another MLM and pray and hope for the best? Is the passion going to be there in another MLM? By the way, this is the black and white gala from convention this year. That is Crystal and her husband Devin. And that is her wearing her life of the party crown. I don't know which crown that's supposed to be, but there she is wearing her crown.
At that point, then. So you're just like walking away from that.
Yep. I was halfway done through the program. But again, I initially started to make a couple $100 a month, and I started doing it, and I started doing really well, really fast. And I started like seeing other people in the company who were making $15,000 a month, making $20,000 a month, making $30,000 a month. And I'm like, there's a bigger opportunity than a couple $100 a month here. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I just felt like maybe it was God. Like, I don't know exactly what it was, but I fell in love with it. I enjoyed it. I was making people feel.
As I go through these pictures, I just think, my God, ladies, do you not understand what shapewear is and what it is for?
Good. People come to my shows and then message me and say, like, oh my gosh, like, I was so depressed and I started watching your shows and like you brought so much joy into my life. And I started seeing like there's something bigger here than just an opportunity, just a couple $100 a month. Like there's an opportunity for me to like step into a position where I can help influence other people's life and like bring joy to them through jewelry. And on top of it, like I'm good at it and I'm making money and I'm finding more success than I would have in the nursing field, like very quick. And I think one of the deciding factors is there was an annual convention. So I joined in January. Our annual convention was in July, and it was the first convention. And I asked, the nursing director if I could get off school for the week to go to the convention. Because I was like, again, I want to go, right? And they told me no, that I couldn't have the days off school. And I was like, whatever. So I was like, fine, no big deal, right? And then I see all the pictures of the event, everybody's like feedback from it. And I'm like, crap, like I want to go, like I want to be more a part of this, And then one day, one of the founders, Missy Kirby, called me. And again, I'm thinking I'm just like some little nobody in this company, right? Like nobody knows me, like I'm brand new, like I've never been to an event. she calls me and she says that she just wants to tell me how proud she is of me and that she's watched my live shows and that I'm exactly what they are looking for in their company and that she's excited to see my growth continue. And I feel like that was a little bit like of a, like, dang, okay, like I am doing good at this. Like I am, you know, this could be for me. And I decided, like I told Devin, I was like, my husband, I was like, listen, I'm gonna drop out of nursing school. I'm gonna quit my job and I'm just gonna go all in and we're just gonna see what happens because I can always go back to school. I can always get a job, but I may not always have an opportunity like this. So I need to like go for it and give it my all and just see what happens. And he told me like, you're stupid at first. He was like, you're stupid. You're throwing away like your career. You're throwing away your life.
Yeah, and yeah, Denise, she is repeating everything over and over again. And it's really sad. I'm trying to find what she ranked at.
This
So,
company, like, what are you basically what
by
are you
the
doing?
way, you
And
guys,
after like further explaining and convincing him, no, I'm just kidding, but like telling him like why I was so
this is
passionate
putting
about
me
it, he
to
was like, all right,
sleep.
let's
So
go
we may
for it.
have to
Like if you're this
return
passionate
to
about it,
this
if you
at a
believe in it
later
this much, like you
time.
go for it. Like I will support you.
Because there's
and,
only
like,
so
we'll see
much
what
I can
happens.
stand
And here we
listening
are.
to her
Yeah, I love
voice.
that. I love hearing the passion. You know, I can tell you're very passionate about this, not just like being an entrepreneur on your own, making money, which is really a large part of why a business exists,
Mhm.
but how
I hate that. Okay, so we're going to stop right there. One, you're not an entrepreneur. Okay? You are a 1099 contracted employee of Paparazzi Jewelry and Accessories. You do not own shit. Okay? Yeah, you own the jewelry that you buy from the company, but you don't own the rights to the name Paparazzi. You own the rights to Crystal's Backyard Boutique. That is what you own. The name of the place where you sell the contracted jewelry that you buy from Paparazzi. But you don't own anything, okay? You don't own anything paparazzi related. The only people that own anything paparazzi related is Trent, Misty, Ryan, and Channy. You own your company name, which is Crystal's Backyard Boutique, and all the jewelry you have amassed through purchasing Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday, and during Life of the Party and Fashion Fix, okay? That is what you own, okay? But everybody whose pictures are being scrolled down my screen, these are all 1099 contracted employees of Paparazzi Jewelry and Accessories. All of these people paid to join this company. All of these people who are walking across this stage during the Black and White Gala, including Crystal Lee Roberts Mitchell, paid to be on that stage. They paid through inventory purchases, they paid through joining the company in the first place, and they paid the price by recruiting more people to join the company with them. Okay? That's how they earned the right. So here's Crystal walking across the stage, being a prop for paparazzi. And this is the people that are the people who recruited the most people and got more people to buy, and which is where they make their income. So she claims she was a jet setter. Okay, so as a jet setter, the average monthly commission, okay, the average monthly commission is $25,000 on the low end back in 2020, $76,000 on the high end in 2020. Now cut that 3/4 away, and that's probably what they're making more these days. Okay, 3/4 of what the 76. So now the highest monthly bonus paid for jet setters is probably closer to. I'm going off of the average for the highest. The average is now probably closer to 25,000, and the lowest is probably around 10. And that's only if she maintained her rank. So I can't take any more of the voice tonight either. So you guys, we're going to end this here, and I want you guys to have a great rest of your evening. I'm going to go take my medication and crash because I have another very long day of meetings for tomorrow. So we will pick up where we left off later this week. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I'm going to turn on Jingle Bells and cue out the evening. So thanks for hanging. Talk to you later.